Thank you for welcoming me back. I hope the previous audio gave you, let me rephrase that, empowered you with knowledge. Knowledge that would lessen fear and multiply your conviction to a healthy and fit lifestyle. Though I could not see you face to face, which I wish I could right now, I imagine you walking along a shore, on a footpath in the forest, in a subway at the city, in your own backyard with your kids, at the park with your significant other, and I can see you with so much energy that it radiates in you. The people that passes you by can notice it. You are blooming with energy, dedication, certainty, and power. Can you imagine how you look like? How you look like and how you feel. Kind of like the Mars chocolate commercial where all the lights turn on when this guy's eating the chocolate passes by, isn't it? This second session is about adding 2 more of my favorite achievements. Give yourself the achievement of water. 8 glasses a day. This is the most familiar advice our doctors gives us, but without understanding why. I am sure you did try it before, but it didn't last that long, or you wouldn't try it at all. Water is a universal solvent. It can blend with almost anything. And because it's the second primary need of a person to live, we shouldn't ignore it. Water carries oxygen, which we have previously discussed its importance to the body. Do you know those times when we are so tired and we take a glass of water? It's a wonder how we suddenly feel refreshed, isn't it? In cleansing, water takes a huge part. In personal hygiene, we have water to use. In growth of not only humans but also nature, the plants and the trees, after getting a dose of water, it's so magical how a seed sprouts and grows. When something has a high temperature, what normally do we use to cool it fast? Water! These are just a few uses of water which we can incorporate in our body. Water, when taken, acts as a cleanser. Toxins are carried out by water through either sweating or urinating. In weight management, there's an article that I read that says, water can be the only magic formula for fat loss. Yes, it's true. Water helps in losing weight or shedding fats away. It is researched that whenever high volume of water is present, fats and cholesterol are low, and once the volume drops, both of the latter increases. The flushing out of toxins includes flushing out of excess fats not needed anymore. So, my friends, my recommendation is not only following our doctor's advice, but multiplying it. Try having more than 8 glasses a day. For me, 10 glasses would be the minimum a day. I take it in the morning, while working, before lunch. This actually reduces the feeling of hunger. After arriving home, before and after dinner. That's how dedicated I am. Yep, at first you have to give some effort, but it will become a habit. The next achievement is the achievement of food. It's the third need of humans to live, although nowadays, food is slowly killing us, sad to say. Food should be enjoyable. It should be entertaining. It should be an art. And it should be healthy. I believe on what Tony Robbins said. If you want to live, eat live foods. What does he really mean about that? Well, take a look at your last food intake or meal. It could be breakfast, lunch, dinner, or afternoon tea. Whatever, just look at it and judge whether you see any live foods in it. Anything fresh on your plate? How about anything refreshing? Fruits or veggies maybe? Well, you ain't alone. I really have a big appetite when I was in college, and that was when I was sick the most. I could eat 3 servings on a buffet and still have space for my favorite dessert, ice cream. I eat 5 full meals a day because I wanted to gain weight while I'm lifting weights, but far from what I know, I was depleting my body of energy. So what are the foods I highly recommend? What weight management or diet people need to stay healthy and fit? It's the pH Miracle diet. Acid and alkaline foods in the pH Miracle diet. The main concept behind the pH Miracle weight management is to maintain a balance of pH in the foods that you eat. The human body is slightly alkaline, and therefore it is better for your health to eat a diet composed of alkalizing foods. When you eat too many acidic foods, your system becomes unbalanced, and it can cause a whole host of problems, including weight gain, poor concentration, fatigue, and depressed immunity that can lead to more serious conditions. The pH Miracle diet relies on lists of foods that are acidic, which is to be avoided, and alkalizing to be consumed more often. Alkalizing foods, foods that are basic in nature, are better for your health and helps to balance the pH level of your body, especially your blood. While acid, alkaline, and pH are common terms, many people are lost on what exactly they mean and what they have to do with health and fitness. The word basic comes from the Greek word basis, which means foundation. Basic relates to the properties of acidity and alkalinity. These conditions are determined at the foundation of the cells that the foods are made up of. So an external treatment does not change a food from acid to alkaline. Foods are acid or alkaline at their base, or foundation. In other words, individually and on its natural state, you can measure whether a food is alkaline or whether it's acidic. Acid and alkaline are chemical opposites. Whenever these bases interact with acids, there is a struggle between them, and salt is the result. In the chemist lab, these interactions are very simple and straightforward. Remember during our high school days in our chemistry lab, how we perform experiments with acid and base? It's kind of like that. However, in our bodies, the interaction becomes more complex because of the scale at which acids and bases meet. However, science can make some generalizations about the effects of acids and alkaline in the human digestion system. Acidic foods are acid forming in the human body. They make blood, lymph, and saliva more acid and cause a lower pH number. Alkaline foods make blood, lymph, and saliva more alkaline and cause a higher pH number. In a pH scale, 1 being very acidic and 14 being very basic. Just for reference, the normal range for saliva pH is between 7.3 and 7.4. Now blood, on the other hand, our human blood, should be in a scale of 7.36, which is slightly alkaline. Most people, however, are too acidic and have a pH that is much lower. Do you know someone who is always burned out, tired, down, and stressed, even if it's just the middle of the day? Their bodies are starving for balance. Their bodies are working hard, exerting too much energy just to place their bodies back in balance. Under the influence of acidic foods, the muscles fatigue easily. You literally slow down because your body cannot produce the same physical results as before. Another famous term that we know are free radicals. The free radical oxidation that occurs when you eat acidic foods makes you age faster. Vitamins and minerals are not absorbed as readily. Friendly bacteria in the small intestine die, which puts the digestive system off balance. Further hurting the function of the intestine is the fact that a high level of acidity inhibits the ability for intestinal walls to absorb nutrients. Cells become stressed with the toxins that build up and cannot remove them. The vast majority of bodily systems cannot run at full capacity. On the other hand, alkaline foods have a wide variety of benefits to your health. Eating them improves your muscle output. They also have antioxidant effects in the body. They increase assimilation at the cellular level and allow cells to operate in the manner that they should. There is a reduction of parasites and yeast overgrowth with the use of alkaline foods. Alkaline foods promote deeper and more restful sleep, more youthful skin, and relieve suffering from colds, headaches, and the flu. Alkaline foods promote abundant physical energy. Perhaps the most important differences between acid and alkaline foods are their relationship to cancer. Cancerous tissues are acidic, and health tissues are alkaline. When oxygen enters an acidic solution, it combines with hydrogen ions, can form water. Oxygen helps to neutralize the acid, but acid prevents oxygen from reaching tissues where it is needed. When oxygen enters an alkaline solution, the two hydroxyl ions combine with the solution to create one water molecule and one oxygen atom. The sole oxygen atom is free to go to the next cell and bring the benefits of oxygen to all the tissue in the body. At a pH of slightly above 7.4, cancer cells become dormant. Studies show that at pH 8.5, cancer cells die and healthy cells live. Alkalizing the diet has many benefits, in addition to cancer prevention. The Alkaline Food List is a selection of choices that will benefit your health when you start incorporating them into your body. So what are you waiting for, my friend? Be alkaline and see the miracle it brings to you. Again, thank you, my friend. This is only a little segment of my product, and I am sure that the entire package would empower and benefit you. Hope to hear from you soon. Best of health, and God bless.